Two bowl games on Friday, December 23rd, getting you ready for the Christmas weekend. And we start with the Gasparilla Bowl between Wake Forest and Missouri. 5:30 p.m. on ESPN is where you can find this from warm Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Guys, these are two programs that coming into this season had very, very different expectations, right? Missouri is frankly happy to be in the postseason. A 6-6 record, it did not always feel like that was going to be a for sure thing. When we did our season previews, we really struggled to get Missouri even to a 6-6 record, but they are here and their recruiting is going quite well. So this feels like Eli Drinkwitz is doing enough to build this program in the right direction. For Wake Forest, we talked about them maybe being at the top of the ACC. They lose Sam Hartman for a couple of games, and then even when he comes back, it just wasn't the same Deacons team that made it to an ACC championship a season ago. Missouri very quietly this year went from having one of the worst offenses in football history to actually being kind of competent on the field. And so that's going to be one of the challenges that Sam Hartman goes up against in this bowl game, Wake Forest in general as well. Trey, Wake Forest wins the Gasparilla Bowl if what happens?
I think it's as plain and simple as Sam Hartman taking care of the football because when Sam Hartman takes care of the football, when he doesn't throw interceptions, and when the offense doesn't turn the ball over, this is one of the most dynamic offenses in the country. In Wake's 5 losses this year, his touchdown to interception ratio was just 2-1. He had 16 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. You take out that Clemson 2 overtime thriller, it's 10 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. So when Sam Hartman takes care of the football, he moves that offense up and down the field. They score a lot of points. It's going to be really, really difficult for this Missouri offense to keep up if Wake Forest is operating on all cylinders. And for the Missouri defense, they've been stingy this year. They've been stout, especially against some pretty solid quarterbacks, but they forced just 17 takeaways this year. It's tied for 68th nationally. Not a bad number by any stretch of the imagination. Obviously, it's all about 1.5 per game, but not one that jumps out and scares you as a defense that's going to prioritize taking the football away.
Yeah, and if you're looking at Missouri, I think kind of the flip side of that, the defense just needs to step up and make some plays against a Wake Forest offense that Trey, like you were saying, can be inconsistent, right? It's a good offense and a very talented offense, but if Sam Hartman isn't on, then I think Missouri has a real shot to come in here and maybe shock some people. I don't think a lot of people maybe would give them too much of a chance. If you can maybe stop Wake from sustaining some drives and maybe converting some third downs, getting some pressure, forcing some bad decisions, maybe getting a takeaway or two. I think you're looking at some short fields for an offense that's been inconsistent. There's definitely some playmakers. I've been extremely vocal on this podcast about my love for Luther Burden as one of the best playmakers in the country. I think he could have a big game, and he'll probably need to step up and have a good one in this one. If you look at the third down percentages, Missouri, they only allow 34% conversions on third downs on the defensive side, which is 28th in the nation. But you flip the script, Wake Forest converts at a 46.5% clip, which is 19th in the nation. They're going to need to find a way to get that closer to their number than Wake's number, and maybe find a way to stop some drives early, win some of the field position, and give their offense more of a chance to score and not have to sustain such long drives on some of those longer fields. Give them maybe more of a 60-yard field than an 80-yard field too many more times. So if they can do that, I think they have a shot at coming in here and shocking the Demon Deacons.
Give me a score prediction here. I think for me, I really do wonder if Sam Hartman can take care of the football. It's been a struggle of his all career long, really. So I'm actually going to lean into the chaos a little bit. Give me Missouri 28, Wake Forest 21 in a
Wow.
game that I think the Tigers find a way to win.
I believe too much in this Wake Forest offense, and I think Missouri's happy to be here, but I don't necessarily think that they're ready to compete and keep up with an offense like Wake Forest. I think Wake's going to score a lot of points in this one. Give me Wake 38-24.
Yeah, for me, Wake Forest is kind of a fool me once type of team. I don't think I'm going to buy into it again. They're just too inconsistent. If they win this game, it wouldn't shock me in the slightest. But I do think Mizzou comes in here and gives it a great effort. We saw what they could do earlier in the year against a Georgia team who now is the number one seed in the nation. Obviously, different team, different circumstance. I do think they can come in here and actually put together a solid effort. Give me Missouri, maybe give them 30, and I'll go ahead and go 28 for Wake Forest in a real close, high scoring affair.
Tell you what, that would be a fantastic way to start off your Friday before the Christmas holiday. The Gasparilla Bowl, 5:30 p.m. on ESPN. Don't miss the Demon Deacons and the Missouri Tigers.
Gracious him! How about that?